Okay guys, welcome sa part 2 ng ating episode 2 ng Top Sweep and Displays Mentorship. So, natapos na tayo sa two important rules of break of structures. Ngayon, magpo-proceed naman tayo sa displacement and failure to displace. Note guys na ito ay magkakarugtong. Okay? Part lang to ng iisang episode. And kung ano man yung matututunan nyo dito, this is just a continuation or additional information of our previous lessons. So, huwag kayong maliligaw. Ngayon, i-explain ko sa inyo yung importance ng displacement and failure to displace sa pagte-trade ng market. So, paano ba natin madedefine ang displacement at saan siya ginagamit? Una guys, displacement is defined as the change in position of an object. So, if we have, for example, a bullish structure at meron tayong nakakitang break of structure dito, this movement, ito, this movement, galing dito sa area na yan, this movement into this area, okay, this is called the displacement. So, yung move na nag-break ng structure is called a displacement. Okay? So, displacement, para ma-consider natin siya na valid displacement, kailangan accompanied ng forceful movement galing sa market. So, kapag sinabi natin ng displacement, pagka sinabi natin na displacement, ayaw natin makakita ng choppy na move papunta dito sa structure or choppy na move bago siya nag-break ng structure. Okay? Ayaw natin makita ng ganyan. Ang gusto natin makita is a swift movement. Like, this is an old structure and the price has shown a willingness to continue to go up, and then nakita natin na merong pressure or merong momentum na pinakita yung price nung nag-break siya dito sa structure na to. So, this is considered a displacement. So, ngayon, madami kasi guys nagkakamali sa pagte-trade ng break of structure. Na ang akala nila once na ang price ay mag-break ng body, yan dito sa structure na to, this is already considered as break of structure. Pero kung tutusin, wag natin kalimutan na kaya nga tayo merong tinatawag na liquidity grab. Okay? Ay guys. So, possible na once na mag-tap dito yung price is magkaroon tayo ng bearish market structure shift and we violate this price range. So, possible mangyari yan. So, mape-prevent natin na matrap tayo sa ganitong klase ng pamamaraan sa pamamagitan ng pag-identify ng displacement sa market. So, if price has shown a powerful force that is trying to break this old structure, it is a strong indication na yung price is gusto pa niyang umakyat. So, a retracement after a displacement break of structure can be considered a valid a valid setup or a valid area. Itong price action na nag-cause ng displacement para ma-break tong structure na to is a valid area para mag-scout ng entry. So, dahil nagpakita ng forceful move paakyat, we can expect na yung price is once na mag-retrace yan dito, it is also going to respect this price range and continue the trend. Okay? So, that's the importance of displacement. Importante siya para maiwasan natin yung mga potential liquidity grab. Okay? Kasi once na ang price ay nag-grab ng liquidity, okay? So, kung wala ka pang alam sa liquidity, i-discuss din naman natin yan sa mga susunod pa natin na episode. Pero dito, i-explain ko lang na once na mag-take ng liquidity ang price and wala siyang displacement, okay? It's a simple break of structure na parang nag-grab lang siya ng liquidity and or characterized by wick. Ayan. Ganyan. Tapos nagkaroon ng market structure shift. Ibig sabihin, yung price is hindi na willing na tumuloy. Okay? Hindi na siya willing na tumuloy sa or hindi na siya willing ituloy yung trend or pwedeng na-meet niya na yung objective niya kaya ang gusto niya na is mag-reverse. So, ganyan ka-importante yung displacement, guys. If walang displacement, this is not considered a break of structure. Okay? And kapag walang displacement, this is considered as guys? This is considered as failure to displace. So, ngayon guys, kung meron tayong displacement, meron din naman tayong failure to displace. So, ito na yun yung tinutukoy ko guys na once na yung price ay nag-attempt na i-break ang isang old structure, ayan, or itong high, for example, or low naman kapag bearish, and wala tayong nakitang displacement or walang power dito sa price. It's an indication na pwedeng nag-grab lang siya ng liquidity. Okay, guys? So, if we're going to base this type of structure sa logic ng trading, if nag-break siya ng structure, okay? If nag-break siya ng structure, another trading range is created. Okay? Given na yan, palagi yan. Diniscuss ko yan dun sa mga nakarang video, di ba? Once na mag-break ng structure yung price, another trading range is created. So, how will you know if it's going to hold or if it's going to collapse? That is, kumbaga, pinagtatalunan kung mag-hold to, diba? Kung pinagtatalunan kung mag-hold siya or hindi. So, yung confirmation na gagamitin natin is displacement or failure to displace. Okay. So, ngayon, if price breaks the structure but fail to displace, okay, we can expect that this trading range will collapse. Okay? So, ganyan yung mangyayari. So, kung familiar kayo sa pattern, this is a classic turtle soup pattern. Okay, guys? So, kapag ka nag-fail to displace yung price, or nag-fail siya na i-take yung, or nag-take siya na magkaroon, or nag-take siya ng structure pero wala siyang momentum, wala siyang power, it is a failure to displace. So, it is characterized by weak rejection of this structure, and then now we can expect a price reversal pabalik dito sa original recent structure na nag-break nung high. Okay? So, kung gagamitin natin si ICT term, once we broke a structure, it is not confirmed as a break of structure unless there is a displacement. If there is no displacement, this break of structure is considered as liquidity grab. And once we grab the liquidity, we can look for the origin of the price that attempted to break this high. Okay? Ngayon, dahil nag-fail siya na mag-displace, alam natin na magko-collapse yung price and it's going to offer the opposite side of liquidity. Okay? So, this will be our buy side and this will be our sell side. Ayan. So, yan yung silbi ng displacement, guys. So, now, I'm going to show you an example of a successful displacement and failure to displace. Ayan. Punta tayo dito sa hanap tayo ng mga old samples, no? So dito guys, first we're going to mark our highs and lows. So for example, mag-start tayo dito sa low, sa high na to. Where is our recent low? This one. So yung structure natin galing dito sa high na to, and then nag-create siya ng low, created another low, and as we can see, price also created a high. So this is your new trading range. So from this level, price has attempted to break this low, di ba? Ito yung high, ito yung low. Price has attempted to break this low. Pero ano yung nangyari? Nag-fail siya na i-displace or nag-fail na mag-close yung body above or nag-fail na magpakita ng force yung market para i-break itong low na to. So what happened? The price has traded back into the range that attempted uh, to break this previous low. Okay? And then we broke a structure, created another high. Now this is our new low. The new high is created. Ayan. So galing dito sa previous structure, we can see that yung price nung nag-trade siya above, makita natin na mayroong powerful move or almost na-engulf yung or na-engulf most of the structure or 100% of the structure na engulfed by force. So this is considered a displacement. So when we break the structure with displacement and we created a trading range, we can expect that the price that will retrace in this area will hold, okay? And it's going to break the recent high. So, as you can see guys, yung price naman galing dito sa origin na to, wala tayong nakitang panibagong low na na-create, so we're not going to move our low. Pero nag-break tayo ng structure sa high and we created another high. And as we can see guys na kita naman natin na nag-break siya ng body dito and it's not just characterized by weekly rejection or kumbaga hindi siya nagkaroon ng rejection. Sorry, mali yung term ko, weekly. Saan galing yun? sorry. So, kung mapapansin nyo guys, nag-reject siya dito. So, possible na yung price is mag-fail para mag-displace. So, ano yung magiging confirmation natin dyan? Na yung price galing dito is a displacement. Yung break of structure. So, kailangan natin makakita ng body closure above, which is makikita natin yan dito. So, it is also an indication na nag-create na tayo ng swing high. So, this is considered a displacement. And the retracement is another buying opportunity para mag-buy dito sa mga PDRA below this trading range. Okay? Yung retracement is a buying opportunity para mag-place ng order para mag-continue yung price. Okay? And then, the price continued. And, as we can see, makita naman natin na yung price was broken by force. So, meron tayong displacement dito. It's characterized by fair value gap. So, as we can see, there's a fair value gap. So, dahil visible in displacement, we can expect that this imbalance or another fair value gap, lahat ng PDRA na naandito, na pro-trend ay mag-hold until we reach this old structure. Okay? So, now guys, makita natin dito na yung price ay nag-create siya ng structure, nag-break siya ng structure dito. Okay? Nag-break siya ng structure dito, pero ano yung nakita natin? Wala tayong after mag-close ng week, wala tayong nakita na body closure above. Okay? So, kapag kaganyan, it is an indication na nag-fail siya na i-displace ito high na to. So, hindi niya yun na-displace. So, ano yung gagawin ng price? Kailangan mo tingnan kung saan nag-originate yung attempt para mag-displace. So, yung low na mako-consider natin is ito, dapat. However, may mas mababa na low, so dito natin ilalagay. And a failure to displace, it will automatically offer the opposite side of liquidity. So, that's what happened. Okay? So, ngayon naman, meron tayong low dito. Nakita natin na merong rejection. Diba? Merong rejection. Nag-fail na mag-displace ng ilang beses. Yung price dito sa low na to. So, we can expect na yung origin na nag-attempt na mag-displace dito sa low ay kukunin ng market. 'Di ba? Once na yung price ay nag-fail na mag-displace, the origin of the structure will collapse or it will be offered as opposite side of liquidity. Okay? So, etong ginagawa natin, pwede mo siyang gamitin para ma-identify yung daily bias mo. So, for example, we're on a daily time frame and nakita natin na yung price ay nag-fail para i-displace ito. Nag-fail para i-displace yung high na to. Yung gagawin natin is, titingnan kung saan nag-originate yung price. So, ano yung ginawa ng price right after it failed to displace this high? Itong high na to. Yung opposite side ng liquidity ay in-offer ng market. Okay? And this low was traded. Ayan, nag-trade below yung price. However, it failed to displace. It failed to displace the price. Okay? Or it failed to displace the low. So, yung origin ng price action na nag-attempt para i-displace itong low na to, which is ito, ay yan ang sunod na i-offer ng market. So, if nakita mo to sa daily time frame, you can expect an up move. You can expect higher prices until you reach this high. Okay? So, ngayon, ito guys ay hindi naman kumbaga, as you can see, makita natin dito na yung price ay nag-fail na i-displace yan. Okay? Nag-fail na i-displace yan. So, we are expecting for the price to go lower, 'di ba? Kasi nag-fail siya na mag-displace. However, makita naman natin dito na merong imbalance and nag-hold. So, ang nangyari sa price is umakyat pa din siya. So, talagang nangyayari naman yun, guys. Hindi naman maiiwasan na syempre magkaroon ka ng talo. Pero kung intraday trader ka or kung intraday trader ka and you were just waiting for a down close day, nakuha mo yun dito. Nakuha mo na yun dito agad sa entry na to. Okay? So, kung wala ka naman kabalak-balak mag-hold, day trade ka lang, mag-profit ka ng tapos hindi ka na magte-trade by the next week. Ayan. So, pwedeng o kaya naman, kung nakita mo dito na yung price has reacted to this high and failed to displace. And then, nakita mo na merong internal structure dito. And you can see that the price has rejected and created another low. It has created another low. And then, created another high. So, kung ito yung titingnan mo, meron kang panibagong trading range. If yung price galing dito sa area na to, ay nag-fail siya na i-displace yung low na naka-align dito sa fair value gap, this is a failure to displace and automatically, the opposite side of liquidity will be offered. Okay? So, nagkaroon tayo ng displacement. So, once na mag-retrace yung price, you can expect na yung PDRA na tatamaan ng market ay mag-hold. Okay? So, ngayon, makikita natin na nag-displace ulit yung price. There is a displacement and andito tayo sa fair value gap. Makikita natin dito. Ngayon, nakita natin na violate yung price. So, once na i-violate yung price, is dito na tayo magkakaroon ng market structure shift. Ano ba si market structure shift? Ito guys yung time kung saan ang price ay hindi na siya willing na ituloy yung current trend. So, yung iba ang pagkakaalam nila dito is a change of character or CHOC. So, wala namang masama kung CHOC mo yung gamit mo, kung market structure shift, kasi pare-pareho lang naman yan. Ang pinagkaiba lang is, hindi lahat ng market structure shift at hindi lahat ng CHOC ay dapat mong pasukan. Yun nga yung sinasabi ko kanina na kung gaano ka-importante yung displacement. So, ngayon guys, meron tayong susunod na i-discuss, which is the first line of defense and the last line of defense. So, Yung first line of defense, or tama, yung first line of defense, so siya yung PDRA na makikita mo after mag-create ng new structure. So, ito ang PDRA natin. Ito yung recent low, and ito yung recent high. Ayan, ito yung recent low and ito yung recent high. So, if it's a bullish structure, a discount array is called the first line of defense. Okay? And yung low na dapat magsusupport sa price, yan yung tinatawag natin na last line of defense. Okay? So, minsan kasi wala naman tayong makikita na old structure na din-displace ng price, or ang basis lang natin is yung current trading range natin. So, how do we know if this structure will hold and continue, or it will be violated? Okay, guys. So, the rule of first line of defense and last line of defense. If the first line of defense successfully hold, ayan, ibig sabihin, magko-continue yung price. Okay. If the first line of defense is respected, it is a continuation of the current price range. But if the first line of defense is violated, then it is going to offer the liquidity residing at the last line of defense. Okay? So, yan lang yung rule natin. Ngayon guys, madaming paraan para ma-validate yung first line of defense and last line of defense. And we are going to discuss it on the next episode, which is all about the POI. So, doon i-explain ko sa inyo guys yung characteristic. Okay? Explain ko sa inyo guys yung characteristic ng first line of defense ng mga POI na gagamitin na nakapaloob dito sa current trading range natin. Okay? So, to make it simple, kagaya nito guys, if we have a trading range, our first line of defense is the first visible PDRA that is aligned in the direction of the current price range. So, if it's a bullish structure, the first discount array na visible dito sa price is yan yung first line of defense natin. And yung low, yung protected low na dapat mag-hold sa price, yan yung last line of defense natin. Okay? So, if we have a bullish structure, okay, ganito guys, tandaan nyo to. If we have a bullish structure, kagaya nito, a bullish structure, yung high is a potential draw on liquidity. Okay? Potential draw on liquidity or target ng price. And yung last line of defense is also a draw on liquidity. Okay? So, once na nag-create tayo ng new trading range, lahat ito ay potential na maging draw on liquidity. Okay? So, paano ba natin malalaman na yung halimbawa bullish yung structure, paano natin malalaman na yung high, yung old high, yung draw on liquidity natin kapag ka na-respect yung first line of defense. Dahil bullish yung structure natin, respected yung first line of defense, it will automatically offer the liquidity that is residing against the current structure. But if we see that the price failed to displace and we can see that the first line of defense is violated, we can expect that the price is going to offer the liquidity that is residing at the last line of defense. Diba? Parehong bullish structure, ang kaibahan lang, merong displacement yung isa wala. So, kapag walang displacement, i-offer yung opposite side of liquidity. Okay? So, isa pa yan sa mga functions ng first line of defense and last line of defense. So, as you can see guys, bigyan ko kayo ng sample na minsan hindi mo na kailangan ng visible market structure shift with fair value gap in order to trade a current structure. By just using first line of defense as your confirmation na kapag nakita mo itong na-violate, mataas yung chance na mag-cause siya ng market structure shift. So, possible na pwede ka mag-scout ng entry dito nang hindi ka nagkakaroon ng market structure shift. Okay? Kasi violated yung first line of defense. And if the first line of defense is respected, you don't need to break this area tapos tsaka mag-retrace, saka mo lang mako-confirm na valid ito. Okay? All you need is the price to trade at the first line of defense and respect it. Ngayon, pwede ka na uh, mag-scout ng bullish price action or ng bullish PDRA dito sa smaller time frame mo until we get the draw on liquidity. So, hindi na natin kailangan ng additional na break of structure and returning price in order to have an entry. So, by just confirming if violated or respected, possible ka na magkaroon ng entry. Okay? So, hindi ka maiiwan. Kasi minsan, minsan makikita natin na kapag nagtitrade tayo, ang inaabang natin is yung classic na chok. So, imagine, nasa daily time frame ka, inabangan mo tong classic na chok. Although nag-work naman yung classic na chok. Pero napakahaba nung time na inantay mo. So, madaming trading opportunity na na-create sa pag-aantay mo na yun. Okay? And matagal kang walang trade, paano kung na-stop loss ka? 'Di ba? It's just a waste of time. Okay, so, by um, by knowing by knowing first line of defense and last line of defense confirmation, pwede ka na magkaroon ng entry kahit wala kang change of character or wala kang market structure shift. Okay? So, lahat ng in-explain ko guys, if you are trading the smaller time frame, lahat ito pwede nyo magamit for confirmation. Kasi nga, price is fractal. Kung ano yung nangyayari sa smaller time frame, yun din yung nangyayari sa higher time frame. Okay? And if you are looking for bias, pwede nyo gamitin yung mga confirmation natin for displacement sa daily time frame in order for you to know your daily target or yung daily draw on liquidity natin. Okay? So, quick recap bago natin i-end yung video ng episode 2. Once we created a trading range, dahil sa break of structure, check for displacement. If there's no displacement, then you can expect that the price will collapse. If there is a displacement, you can expect a continuation of price. There's a displacement, a continuation. Returning price, entry opportunity, another displacement, and a continuation. Failure to displace, opposite side is offered. Fail to displace, opposite side is offered. Yan. Fail to displace, opposite liquidity is offered. Rebalance. And then, successfully displaced, then we can expect a continuation. Okay, guys? So, by the end of episode 2, I want you to backtest um, the daily time frame price action from 2022 to 2023. And what you are going to look for is a trading range after a breakout structure and identify if there's a displacement or failure to displace. And you're going to explain in your chart what is going to happen if there's a successful displacement and failure to displace. So ayun guys, thank you sa time nyo. See you sa next episode. Maraming salamat.